Hello guys, this is Top 10. I hope you all are doing well. If you are new to the channel, make sure to click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to never miss future updates from Top 10. Today's video is gonna be about Top 10 saddest deaths in anime, so let's get right into the video. There's truly no way to describe the feeling of seeing your favorite anime character pass away. Join us as we count down our picks for the top 10 saddest deaths in anime. For this list, we're taking a look back at all the characters in the anime world that left us too soon, taking into consideration both sad and misfortunate deaths. And, as needless as it may be to say, beware of spoilers, and have your tissue boxes ready. Number 10. Odanasi. Angel Beats. 2010. The series actually follows the protagonist of Angel Beats during his time in the afterlife, and it's only about halfway through that we find out how and why he died. Having just recently dedicated his life to becoming a doctor and helping people in honor of his late sister Hatsune, Odanasi finds himself trapped underground after a train accident with several other survivors. Being their pillar of strength, he takes care of their wounds and helps ration their food. In his final moments, he fills out his insurance card to become an organ donor, allowing his example to pass on to the rest, but he passes away as soon as they are being rescued. Number 9. Eren's Mother. Attack on Titan, 2013. This one scene alone thoroughly introduced us to the horrifying world of the Titans. Trapped, and unable to escape the ambush herself, Eren's mother made sure her kids would not also fall victim to the giant humanoid creatures. Eren didn't only lose his mom that day, but also had to watch as she was severed in two and eaten by one of these insidious monsters. There was no greater sense of helplessness experienced as when we watched Eren being pulled away while simultaneously crying out for his mother. Number 8. Ace. One Piece, 1999. The passing of a family member is tough, and that's no exception when it comes to anime. After being successfully rescued by his brother Luffy and his gang, this prideful pirate turns back to face his captor, Akainu. Once Luffy gets caught in his crosshairs, Ace shields him like the good older sibling he is, but receives a smoldering hot fist through his chest in the process. As the Whitebeard Pirates' 2nd Division commander utters his last words, the expressions on the crew's faces are too much to bear. Number 7. Ushio Okazaki. Clannad After Story, 2008. Some deaths are simply inevitable. In the continuation of the first Clannad anime series, Tomoya has to learn this cold hard truth when his only daughter is diagnosed with the same fatal disease that took his wife's life. Ushio passes away while headed on a trip promised by her father. And the scene is made particularly hard to watch because Tomoya had just recently accepted his past and finally decided he was ready to truly raise his daughter. Witnessing the death of the two loves of his life soon leaves him, understandably, in a bottomless depression. Number 6. Jiraiya. Naruto Shippuden, 2007. It's usually taken as a sign of honor when the student surpasses the master. In this case, it only left us in tears. When encountered by the villainous Pain, Jiraiya tries her best to thwart the Akatsuki leader's plans. Unable to stop him, and foreseeing his near end, the Hiruzen Sarutobi student uses the last bit of his strength to encrypt a message about the secret to defeating Pain onto the back of his Dofukasaku. Naruto's reaction to Jiraiya's death served to solidify the passing of this timeless character in the sequel series to the Naruto anime. Number 5. Nina Tucker. Fullmetal Alchemist, 2003. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, 2009. Despite only knowing this character for one episode, the tragedy that befalls this little girl in Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood left us with our jaws open. It isn't just Nina's actual death that cuts deep, but the context behind it that really gets your blood boiling. Nina's father had performed an unethical human chimera experiment, fusing her with her own dog in the hopes of keeping his license as a state alchemist. When the Elric brothers are unable to undo Shu Tucker's dark deed, Scar kills her as a means of mercy to save her from her tortured future. Number 4. Nagisa Furukawa. Clannad After Story, 2008. This tear-jerking love story ends with a bittersweet conclusion. Nagisa has never been that strong when it comes to her health, as she has suffered from chronic illness her whole life. Once she and her husband Tomoya decide to have a baby, the stress on her body proves too much to take. And, in the middle of childbirth, it finally gets the better of her. Once their baby Ushio is delivered, Nagisa immediately slips away, and the mortified stare of her husband coddling their motherless newborn couldn't have been more agonizing. Number 3, L. Death Note, 2006. Being the sole symbol of justice within the series, and the main character's adversary, one might have mixed feelings about this genius detective's passing. On one hand, you end up rooting for L to stop the mass murderer Kira, but still want to see Light, the protagonist, avoid capture. Nevertheless, the way L went left the rest of the series dry and hollow. Moments before his death, L had a notion it was his time, and it hurt most that it had to come from the person he considered his first and only friend. Number 2, Lelouch v Britannia. Code Geass, Lelouch of the Rebellion, 2006. In an age full of war and hatred, Lelouch devises a master plan he calls the Zero Requiem, in which he plays the role of a wicked ruler before he is publicly assassinated to provide peace to the world. As the world's scapegoat, he is despised and willingly allows himself to be killed by none other than his best friend Suzaku. As he falls to his death, only his sister mourns over his body as the rest of the crowd celebrates, not knowing about his ultimate sacrifice. Number 1, maes Hughes. Fullmetal Alchemist, 2003. Fullmetal Alchemist, Brotherhood, 2009. This death takes the top spot on account of this character's stand-up nature. Maes was just impossible not to love. His unconditional sympathy toward others made his passing all too unfair. After he uncovers secrets of the Führer's motives, Hughes is murdered by the homunculus, Envy. For once Envy shapeshifts to the form of his own wife, Maes is unable to defend himself. We wish he were still here just so he could show us pictures of his little daughter one more time. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe the channel and hit the notification bell to never miss our future uploads. What anime character were you just not ready to see go? Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. For more top 10s, be sure to subscribe to the channel.